Hello and welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. This show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. That's my job. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Belisle. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it away from the IRS. I do that with our profit coaching programs and our tax planning programs. Those in particular have saved my clients over actually now we're over 6.8 million over the last 5 years. All legally. Love my clients, but like I say all the time, I don't want to share a jail cell with them. In today's video, we're going to learn why it's not your customer's job to remember you, it's your job to be memorable. But first, support for today's show was brought to you from Profit Maximizer Publishing, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset, which I have my working copy here, but let me get you a clean one. There it is. I always have trouble holding it for a camera. There we go. So 90-Day Profit Reset, it's definitely something for just about every business. It shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and evaporating customer base. In this book, you'll find chapter after chapter and idea after idea about how you can turn around your business and reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or fewer. Even entrepreneurs who are making money will benefit from my book by learning how to make even more money. More basically, for today's video, I'm taking it from page 73 of the book. So I'm literally sharing on the video some of the things that I put in there. I'm not going to go into it quite as big. Probably. I might just go all the way. It depends on how I feel as we go. Start with the problem. What's the problem? Well, let me give you a story that I had. It was a Thanksgiving, boy, had to be easily over 10 years ago. Had a problem with the toilet. We're having guests coming over, and I have a bathroom that's not working. And yeah, we got another one, but it's smaller. And with that many people coming over for Thanksgiving, you want to be able to use all. Finding a plumber, I'll tell you honestly, I've had the worst luck finding plumbers in my life. We used to do I got some rental properties, and we did a couple flips back when I thought I had time. Don't have time for that anymore. And really, could never get plumbers. Electricians I could find, other people, tile people. Plumbers just didn't come out. And when they came out, they, gave me an estimate, and you could usually double or triple it by the time they were done. But this one time, I called up a friend of mine, and he gave me a referral, and the guy comes out perfect. Shows up, does it real fast. Shows up on a holiday weekend. Right before a holiday, does the job, does it reasonably priced. I pay him. He goes away. A little over a year later, we have a very rare event in El Paso. We didn't even really have it this winter. It was back in 2010 or 2011. We had a freeze, which really for us lasted a while, and of course resulted in a lot of burst pipes, killed some trees at my house and some rose bushes that have been around for a long time. I was really kind of sad on that. But it also, for quite a few of my clients, burst their pipes. They had, they needed plumbers. And I'm looking, I cannot find this guy's name. Don't know how I paid him. Maybe I paid him cash because he came out on a holiday. And I don't know. I think his office, what I remember, his office was closed, and he said I can call him. You can call me Friday or Monday and do it. And I didn't want to do that, so I gave him some cash. That's what I remember. But what it came down to is I didn't know his name, and the guy that I had referred it to me, I couldn't even remember who I called for that. My kids would say I'm getting early Alzheimer's or something. I would say, thanks, guys. You know how kids are. They're always picking on you about your age, because if we're parents, we must be old as dirt. Thought my parents were. So it happened. I mean, all of a sudden, this guy lost a lot of business. And so that's the effect of this, is that he lost a ton of business from it. Now, let me ask you a question. How does this affect you? Well, let's be honest about it. Are you losing customers? Let me tell you, if you are, there's a reason why. And there's been a study, and I'm actually, whoops, I just lost the page, but luckily it stayed open to that. I had a tab. The blue tab is supposed to be for this week. I tabbed the others for things I'm working with, okay? Let's be honest, okay? My lack of recall is not at all unique. It's exactly what happens to your customers as well, to be honest about it. You work hard to please your customers, outperform your competitors, just like my plumber did. But are they remembering you? And are you getting the referrals you deserve? Here's the real harsh reality. Your customers are not running around thinking about you. We wish they were, but that's not how it works. You know, it's they remember you when they need you. And hopefully you've done a good enough job, not like my plumber, making sure they do remember your name and how to get a hold of you. All right. Now, if why is this a problem? Well, it's much, much, much more expensive to get a new customer, a new client, a new patient than it is to keep one you have. But we all lose customers, patients, clients. So why? And that's where I wanted to refer to a study. I got myself a little out of touch, and I quoted it in the book. A study published by Bob Thompson, The Loyalty Connection, Secrets to Customer Retention and Increased Profits, found that 73% of customers who stopped buying did so because of customer service. But that's a little lame. That's just a little broad. So he dug a little closer, and digging farther, he uncovered that customers felt that the customer didn't care about them. That was it. They didn't care about them. The key to creating loyalty then is to regularly remind your customers that you exist and that you have the ability to solve their problems. All right. Um, developing. So what? How do you do that? How do you solve the problems and stop losing people? Well, the first thing you need to do is develop a plan. It's really that simple. You need to develop a plan. You need to develop a loyalty plan, is what I would call it. And it needs to be a detailed plan of how you're going to contact them. So, what should be in your plan? Well, it depends on what works with your customers. Now, I'm going to go over some things that I put in the book. I listed, and I had articles that I've done in other blogs, and something to think about, okay? Um, I put 11 checklist here. Send a monthly newsletter. My own business coach, Jim Palmer, is known as the newsletter guru. You should check him out. You know, go to www.getjimpalmer.com. Get his book. The one I like is The Magic of Newsletter Marketing and Study His Approach. I've used it with clients. It's wildly successful if it's used right. Um, Send handwritten. I want to look at something, see if I got there. All right, I'm going to add something to that because another thing that I've seen used very well, and if I was to redo the book, and I'm probably going to do an audible version, and I'll add that when I do. One of the things that happens is I've seen they sell medical supplies online, and they email out every Monday, or yeah, once a week. They email out their sale. I'm pretty sure it was on Monday, right? They email a feature product and a bunch of products that are for sale, and then they, they continue to do it because, of course, it works. People open it and they order stuff. Another place, Michael's, Kirkland's. Those are two that send out their email every week of what their special of the week is, and here's a coupon. So they're staying in contact with you. Walgreens, Albertsons, they send out their Target. They send out their advertising of the month or their special of the month. All right, don't be afraid to do that. Send a handwritten note. Those work well. In an envelope with a regular stamp, it gets you noticed because no one else is doing it. If that doesn't work, send an e-card. Something like Hallmark. I use that. They have a bunch of different ones I can pick and customize and send a quick thank you note or thinking of you. Tell them about a new product you have that will solve their problem and ask them about the problems they're having. Make sure your customers know everything you offer. I try to call my clients, at least one, my business clients in particular, at least once or twice a year and say, hey, I got this new course coming out. I got a new book coming out. It's been easy the last year because of the PPP loans. I got those coming out. So, hey, are you interested? While you're at it, you have a conversation. You see what's out there. And you see what you can do to help solve them. If nothing else, you're building goodwill. All right. I already thank them for a referral. Remember, I talked about referrals a few weeks back. Remember that an acronym? Yeah, I think I said that right. Anyways, earn it, ask for it, reward it. A simple thank you goes a long way. I mean, they've taken a risk to thank you for trusting them. Rewarding behavior is repeated, so reward them often. Remember special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, including the day they first bought from you, what I would call a work anniversary. Share relevant articles. Thought of you when I read this article. I do that a lot, truthfully. I mean, if I see an article, I'll share it. You can, if you find it online, you can hit the share button, send it to them. Especially send it to them by text message. And if it's relevant to them, they won't consider it an interruption. But it lets them know that you're thinking about them. Mention that you saw them in the news or you saw their advertising. Yeah, people worry. Oh, that's cool. I was in the news. If it's a good thing. If it's a problem, call them up and help see if you can help them solve it. It also advertising. They spend money on advertising and they're not sure it's actually working. So give them a call. Um, Tell your best customers about a sale or a special offer. Always have a VIP special going on. Have a contest. Everyone loves them. Give them an extra chance to win with every purchase. Conduct periodic customer satisfaction surveys. Ask what you're doing right and what could be improved. There's programs out there that let you do this by text, let you do it by email. It's, again, a way of staying in contact. Write educational blog articles. Educated customers buy more. Simple as that. Educate them on on your product and your service. And maybe if you're a doctor, you can educate them on ways to stay healthy. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Look, I saw a blog on a company that was selling shelves for warehouses. If they can write a blog, and it was actually pretty interesting, and it was written from how the customer could save money or do better or whatever. It was written with the customer's viewpoint in mind. If you can do it for that, you can do it for whatever you're selling. All right. That's just a bunch of different ideas that I have. But what it comes down to is you have to do whatever it is you can do to stay top of mind. I really wish my plumber had done that because I still haven't had much luck finding a plumber. Look, whoops. That's what happens when you hit the desk. The camera slipped. I tell you what, you gotta love live. There you go. Um, Look, developing loyalty requires a detailed plan. It's really that simple. All right? For a detailed plan for constant customer contact. So, what should be your plan to contact your customers to remind them about you and your service and keep top of mind? I gave you 11 ideas. You need to come up with a way. If you really want to stop losing customers, increase referrals, and increase sales, which leads to bottom line profits, then I challenge you to make your customer loyalty plan this weekend and start implementing it next week. All right? So until next time, this is Wayne Bilal saying, let's make this, first of all, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching, and let's make this our most profitable year ever. All right? And I'll see you next week with another profit maximizing tip. Thank you very much.